And Tim Barnes also lives in Colorado, Pueblo, Colorado. Was a teammate of Don's at the University of Arizona and was a competitor. Of course, they made a mistake by not coming to Adams State. And we talk about that from day to day, but they are deeply energized in what they're doing for competition, competitors, primarily fitness and wellness. And I have been visiting with them about what they're doing, but I gave my own personal endorsement to them a long time ago. But I believe in what they're doing is good, like any other project. It's got a lot of worthwhile components. They're here to make a presentation.
Well, and then I became a pro marathoner. Made a couple of world championship teams, and but I never really felt like I had any continuity after I finished up at the U of A. I was self-coached all the time, and I had the opportunity to see Coach V. Hill and Dave Martin, and I was tested in their labs and everything. And they would give me great ideas, but back then that was it. I would go back home and I would do my regular training, and I never really improved very much. I guess my point is, we got to talking about it, and we went down to see Coach V. Hill down in Tucson, and talked about, you know, how can we get you know, this type coach's information that I had limited access to the masses, and to help this coach bring his athlete to the next level. And then, so we talked to Tim, and here's Tim.
Yeah, Olympia Training Systems was born, and I'm here to introduce you to what that is real quick, about 2.5 minutes. We're an online educational resource. Okay, when your coaching clinics, your schools, and all that's over with, we bring access when people go home. You know, we're going to cover a bunch of information here today. It's great if you take it and apply it. Okay, so we're going to have a website, it's an educational resource for coaches, for athletes, and for road race participants. Direct feeds of education, topics directly from Dr. V. Hill's works. So we're impactful, we're dynamic, and we're mobile. Because as much as I love Parole of Austrian and his tech books, this is I personally learned, but you know what? This is where people live. Okay? And we've got to communicate this information in this medium. Where's the next Billy Mills? It's kind of sad to me as a lover of this sport that's been so long. More importantly, where's the next Dr. V. Hill? Chicken and the egg. You're not going to have a Billy if you don't have a Joe. And I personally don't really see that being done. Chances are they're online. How are we reaching them? You have a clinic. You have a school coming up in Fort Collins, December 15th or whatever. That's great. I go to the school. I went to the distance summit with Dr. Veal and Renato Canova. What happens when you leave? I'm not that smart. I forget things. Dr. Veal's forgot more than most of us ever know. Reminder, I'm actually helping a swim coach in Pueblo, Colorado. She's reading about lactate dynamics and how to shift her interval session from just 3 minutes standing there, actually picking that up a little bit and working your lactate system. And she learned it from me, and she references it. I tell her at TheraFit, my fitness at our own, but she can reference it and do it at her own and form her own workouts. We're an educational resource that supports USATF clinics. You know, the information that you present, it's the same stuff. It's right out of Dr. Veal's book, Coaching Schools and Certification. One thing I want to make clear, I believe this man is a national treasure, not only for track and field, but as just basic philosophy of life. You know, what I'm trying to do here today, that word I took from him. Be an impactful person. Change somebody's life. You know, we all in this room have that ability to reach out and have an impact. And we've got to do it with interactive new tools, blogs, animations, videos. When I say animations, there's a flash video I wish you all go to OTS, Olympia Training Systems. It was Olympic, but we ran into a little trademark snatch there. This animation on metabolism. What happens when a person eats food? How's the pancreas react? The whole blood sugar, fat utilization versus carbohydrate conservation, the whole marathon theory. You know, a great little tool. On our site, it's blog-based. You know, I'm going to give you a little video of our site clicking around. It's going to be very quick, but I'll introduce some of the things. It's the social media. So people out there, go ahead with that, Shane. This staggered me, 23,000 road races. As you know, Don Janicki is the elite athlete coordinator for Boulder. And this was part of our history. What do you do with these people? My wife over there is an 8:30 miler. Okay? She runs Boulder in an hour. Shane runs it in 55 minutes. What about these 46 million people? Good luck, Stephanie, in your training program, because you're not going to go to that coach's clinic. You're not going to go to that coach's school, and you don't have access to a coach, except for your husband. You're lucky. You know, we got access to Joe Vihel. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Someone at Therafit asked me the other day, how did your wife improve from a 9:30 mile to an 8:30? She's going to break 8 tomorrow morning. And I said, she's only got access, you know, indirectly to the master himself. It's a great thing. It enhances with the road racing. These people, we meet with Cliff Bosley. 52,000, 54,000 people run the Boulder. You know what? Those race directors are concerned with those people's experiences. Marathons. 1.4 million people or something in the top 100 races. Okay? Some people have died. You know, how do you enhance their experience? So it's not only track and field at the school level, the coach in Wisconsin, the kids, but it's the road racing. And here's something I just want to quote. You know, the more I know, the luckier I get. Isn't that funny? You know, information is king. Education, I know, gets over, we say that all the time, but it's true. You know, you never know in a little tidbit, a little pearl of information that I stole from Dr. Vihel that goes on that website is going to affect somebody's life. I think that's why he did it in the first place. I know that's the impact he had. So let's go through the site real quick. We're building it, and we want to work with you. We want your input.
Olympia Training Systems, OTS, is an online resource for coaches and athletes everywhere. It's alive, 24/7. It's put forth in a blog format. It's chosen is based on the life of Dr. Joe Vihel. What better source for information than Dr. Joe? It's easy to click around the site. There's a variety of ways we put information forth. Of course, blog format, as well as videos. Here you see a video on nutrition. How to support rather than to sabotage your hard work. Each topic is labeled and categorized, cataloged, so it's really easy to see. Here's a piece on supercompensation. You can pull up, see the diagram, complete with a study guide. People can comment to. Here's a fantastic diagram on the body's role in interaction with food, the pancreas, the liver, fat utilization, carbohydrate conservation. Great for marathon training, great for learning. Here's ancillary training. Some a coach can show to his kids before practice how to do it so you don't get hurt. You simply click around at the top where it's cataloged, categorized. Here's a piece on motivation. Of course, whoever would be without motivation. Our site couldn't be any easier to use. Videos, diagrams, everything's cataloged and categorized at the top you see here. You pull down, you got a search bar on the right side, you simply type in the topic. Here I typed in Dr. Vihel. You see all the articles that are relevant to that search you just entered. Here's a piece, the video, of course, of his ceremony in Alamosa last November. OTS, Olympia Training Systems, does it all. One place, one common language. Simple, systematic, intelligent, and easy to access. Access being the key.
Can I say something, Tim?
Yes, sir.
All the comments they're making were totally unsolicited. I want you to know that.
Yeah, but you've had an impact on us, and
Yes, you have.
that's huge. More than you know.
Hello, I'm Shane Nevins. I'll take over from here. I represent a unique dynamic to the OTS team in that I'm human. I'm not a technical runner. I have no running background. You know, sure, I go and run the Boulder, but I'm part of that. Yeah, I would say that from my experience, I represent a good majority of that 52,000 people that run that race. You know, they're just like me. They've got, you know, they got jobs. They go out and they do their thing day to day. They don't have that technical experience, me, you know. And so I need a starting place. So I need somewhere that I can go to establish. We have a predictive tool. We call it the N1. We utilize a lot of the doctrines that Dr. Vihel sets forth in his book. That will give me goals, so I can, you know, go out there with my best mile time, plug it into our tool, and it fires back an email to me with some reasonable expectations as to where I might be able to go. So from there, once I have a goal, if I know that I can realistically run a 10K with some training in a 52 minutes or something of the sort, me being the non-technical runner, then I need a platform. I need a plan to run with. And so through OTS, again, using the principles that Dr. Vigil, much of them that he'd set forth in his book, we've engineered some platforms that I can go in. I can again put in my best mile time. It's going to ask me what type of a race I want to run, when the race date is, and it's going to digest all that information and build a plan for me, and then it's going to send me that plan over the course of my training period. So if I've chosen a 12-week plan, I'm going to get that weekly email with my weekly training regimen that is going to produce results in the end.